My name is James Shackleford. I'm in Greene County, Snow Hill, North Carolina. Born and raised here. My daddy was a tenant farmer. That's how I got my career started in farming. You know, you go through all these when you're young about, what you want to do and, this hard work and this sweat and all this kind of stuff. But then after you get older and once you start in farming, it actually become a part of it. It grows into you and you get to love what you do. See, back there when I first got started, it was just tobacco. Tobacco was the main crop. It got to be a challenge, man. Cash rent came on the scene, and man, that just threw a loop in everything because the landowners, first of the year, whatever they rent their farm for, they just got their money then. So it put all the burden on the farmers then, especially small farmers and black farmers, because they really didn't know what was going on. Cash flow. And also, all them old farmers, they didn't know what a cash flow was. And you go in the FHA, so what you got to do a cash flow? They want to know, what are you talking about? I can remember when I first got started with farming, we had, black agencies, and I remember Johnny Jones. He worked in the county for years. And after those guys left, man, it was just about like it was over with, really. When it come down personally, not saying that they wouldn't help you or try, but they did enough to keep the job, I put it that way. But reaching out, we lost all the reach out. This is a 50-acre farm. I grow, it's about 35 cleared acres of land here. And I stagger my planting. I don't plant all these great big acres at the time. I probably wind up planting 7 or 8 acres, in different times. Mustard green, that's a popular green. Then you got the old henpecked mustard that people love so well, especially the older people. They love that mustard. And then you got kale, Florida broadleaf that we plant. Purple top turnips, people love that. We plant that. Started planting some rutabagas. People seem to love rutabagas. And, then anything else, especially, that somebody want that we can plant. So we can plant and grow most anything. We market a lot of ourselves, roadside stands, what I call. We got maybe 3 places that we go to as long as we got stuff farmable. And we also have some supermarkets that have been selling some of them for years. And got some black restaurants that people that buy from us. And I also, like you see people coming up out here now, people come up out here that have been coming for years. The greenhouse, it helped us get started with our plants earlier. And then it gives you a chance to, maybe put a special crop in there. And I had some cabbage that I did pretty good with, not this year, but last year. And I grew my own plants. Grew some of my own plants in there, so that helps. The thing with what I have here, I don't have heat, so it's not just like a greenhouse with heat and all that kind of stuff. But it's another tool that is very helpful, for small farms. Okay, well, this is my daughter. She grew up on the farm. She farmed, they worked, and some of it was enjoyable to them. Some of it we had to make them do as children, and we all, understand that. I've always tried to, tell them that they can learn a lot, from me, and that's what I'm trying to do with them while I am alive. Looking at how I have seen so many farms be lost by families, air property and all this kind of stuff. And see, I'm trying to make sure that however can maintain.
With the farm, traditional farming as it used to be, I see the downside to that is that you need manpower, and trying to have dependable people that you can count on every day, that's few and far between. So my thinking is, how can we still do some of the things that we are doing now, but we're going to have to switch it up, whereas if you don't have the manpower, how can we still produce? How can you still be able to feed your community? I also see that we're not getting the money. When there's grant money, when there's money out there for us to expand, we're not the ones that's getting the top. We're getting the bottom. And it's not enough that you can say, look, I can give you a salary, because that's what it boils down to. If people knew, if we have people out here that know that they were making X amount of dollars doing 40 hours a week work, then we'll have more dependable people, because they'll be willing to come out here because they know. But with small farmers, we're not getting that kind of money. So now we've got to try to figure out, how can we still compete with these larger farmers that are already out producing us because of the fact that they got the money. They can go in there and get that loan. If we go in and assume the loan, then they want you to put your whole farm up for that. So we're having to, I understand that we're going to have to try and figure it out. So we're going to have to come up with some other ways and maybe see how we can grow some other types of vegetables that doesn't take that manpower, that we can produce. Because my ultimate goal for this farm is that farm can sustain itself as long as we're doing the right things.
As a wish list or a future generation, I would like to see, in which I have a lot of needs, but I will start with equipment. Is number one. I need coolers here, and I need tractors. But when you go to this other stuff, you need less tractors. For where I want to go, I need less tractors. So equipment and greenhouses, coolers, trucks, and things that you need to transport you, and a good marketing plan that we can get some helping us market our stuff. It's hard to do your work and do marketing and do all of it, and it's a team effort with people like Archie and everybody else that can help, help like farmers. There's a lot to this.
My wish list for future generation, because I'm looking at my son. I'm a first-time grandmother to a granddaughter. So I see the, passing it on to the next generation. So my wish list would be that we could do ditto, or piggyback off of what my dad is saying. But also, my wish list is for Shackleford produce to become global. Well, I won't say, let's go global. We can do it, but Shackleford produce be global along the eastern seaboard. There's no reason why not, and I know that there's not a lot of black farmers, small farmers, or farmers, period, that can do it, but I honestly believe that we can do it.
So I'm just hoping Department of Agriculture, working with people like Archie and his organization, will work together and come about things that really help change the lives of, for the black farmers.